Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, how are you? Today I wanted to tier rank all of my 5-star reads. Now I want to do this because not only one, do I want you guys to kind of get to know my book taste. I've been really scarcely posting for the past year, and I really want to get back into it. I really want to post. I want to have an outlet to talk about my books because I love talking about books, and I feel like when I'm posting videos, when I'm talking about books, like I'm at my happiest. I really want to get back into it, and I want to kind of like show you guys my book taste, and I thought the best way to do that would be to tier rank my 5-star reads. Like every book I've ever given 5 stars is sitting right in front of me. So I have been really getting into reading and have been reading for probably 5 years now. I used to read all the time when I was in middle school, and then I got back into it in 2020, pretty much when everyone else got back into it. But so I've been consistently reading books for about 5 years now. I only started rating books maybe 3 years ago. So this isn't like, I think I went back and tried to like grab some books that I know were 5 stars when I had read them, but they're not all here. So I'm gonna do my best. There's 28 books on this list. There might be like a few more that I would rate 5 stars, like I were to read it again or something, but this is the list that I have from my Goodreads, and also just going back and looking at like when I was reading books on my iPad, I have like a list of books on there too, but this is just what I have. So it might not be everything, but it is a pretty good representation of my book taste and kind of what I really enjoy reading. So there's that. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So here I have the tier ranker. We have the top tier, which is a little bit aggressive, but I called this "would chew off my arm to read for the first time again," because that's kind of how I describe a book that's so good that I would do anything to read it for the first time again. And I think my go-to expression is always just, I would chew off my own arm to be able to read this for the first time again, which is a little bit dramatic, but it's how I am. And then under that, we have a yearly reread, which is just a book that I would reread, that I loved it so much that I would reread it every single year just because it was that good. And then we have something that I think about regularly. So this is like a book that I kind of often think about, but I don't tend to reread it that often because it's not something that I feel like I need to go back to like get that feeling again, if that makes sense. And then I have would recommend without hesitation, which is below think about regularly because it's not something that I think about often, but if someone says, do you have a book recommendation, and it fits that criteria, then I'm automatically recommending that book to you. And then we have probably a 4-star, which just means like I gave it 5 stars in the moment because I really liked it and I thought it was a good time at the time when I read it. But if I reread it, because I haven't reread it yet, and if I did do a reread, I would probably give it 4 stars or something a little bit less than 5 stars, like a 4.5 or a 4.75. With all that being said, I kind of tried to organize them by author. They're not in any way organized by like when I had given them a 5-star or anything like that. They're just organized by author. So let's just get into it. The first book that we have is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. This book, and I say this all the time, I have every single book that she's ever written, but I've only ever read Atlas 6 by her because I was really into her fan fictions, like her Hermione fan fictions, and when she traditionally published The Atlas 6, I bought it right away, I read it right away, and I loved it. This I would say I would recommend without hesitation, but I don't often think about it unless I'm like looking at it on my shelf or unless it's something that we're talking about or something that's being brought up, but otherwise I don't often think about this book, but if I read it again, I would probably still really love it. And next we have Legend by Marie Lu. This is my Roman Empire. If you know anything about me, I love Marie Lu. She's my favorite, all-time favorite author. Honestly, I love everything that she writes. I own everything that she's ever written. I've read everything that she's ever written, minus like new releases. I love her and I love this book. This one I wouldn't say would chew off my own arm to read for the first time again, but this is a yearly reread for me. Legend, I love it. It's the beginning of the series. It's dystopian. It's YA dystopian. There's a romance in it. I love it. I eat it up every single time. I don't ever get bored of reading it. I have hardcover copies because those are like my special editions because I don't have special editions. Okay, I'm just rewatching this video before I post it, and actually, fun fact, I got the like 10th anniversary, I want to say they're from Fairy Loot editions of the Legend series, the special editions that I couldn't find anywhere for less than like a bajillion dollars, or I don't know, that's very dramatic, but I got them for my birthday, so yes. Thank you so much to my sister for that because she got them for me for my birthday and I'm obsessed with them. I'll probably show them to you in a video soon, but I just wanted to say that this statement is no longer true. I now own special editions for my most favorite series ever. And if you try and get special editions for this series, it's like $500 on Pango, like it's crazy. This book series is my Roman Empire, so this I would say is a yearly reread for me. Next we have Champion by Marie Lu, which is the third book in the series. I don't think I gave, obviously because it's not on this list, but Prodigy, which is the second book in the series, a 5-star, only because I don't think I liked that. I think it had middle book syndrome. Not that I didn't like it, I loved it just as much, but I think the book had middle book syndrome, so that's why it wasn't a 5-star. But this book specifically would chew off my own arm to read for the first time again. The plot twist in this, the stuff that I didn't understand when I was in middle school, and now I understand because I'm an adult and like I have the mental capacity to understand why the characters made the decision that they did. Like, it's just so good, and I could go into a deep dive about this and talk about this for hours. I love this book, and I love this book so much. The plot twist was amazing. The plot twist makes me cry every single time I read it, and this I would literally do anything to be able to read for the first time again. And moving on to another Marie Lu book, we have Warcross. This book I think I would recommend. I don't think that it's like a yearly, I haven't reread it since I read it the first time, and I keep meaning to because it is so good, but I haven't reread it since, so I think I would just recommend this without hesitation. I keep recommending this to my sister to read. Like, I really love her writing, and this book was really good. It's also a dystopian. It's kind of giving like Ready Player One, where like they're in a video game and like she kind of falls in love with like the video game creator. It's very sweet. I love it. I just like the story. So this I would definitely recommend without hesitation. Next, we have Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. This is a YA fantasy. Loved this. I ate this book up. It was just so good. But now that I'm thinking about it, I can't entirely remember what the book is about, which I was gonna put this and think about regularly, but I don't think that's true, because if I can't even remember what the plot of the book is, then I feel like I don't think about this regularly. So I'm gonna put this in would recommend without hesitation, because I would recommend this too. I think the book is really good. I think the story is really good. I think just all of the elements of the story, like, and if I'm remembering correctly, it's about a girl who's like a thief, and she goes and like on a mission to like be with like this prince, and I could be completely wrong, but I think it's really good. Honestly, I do. I think it's a good time. And then we have Check and Mate by Allie Hazelwood. This I would probably give a 4-star if I read it again, just because I think I only rated it 5 stars because I read it in one day and I thought that it was good, and I love Allie Hazelwood, but I just don't think that this one would be like a hold up of a 5-star for me. Like, I don't think it would, I don't think it would hold up as a 5-star for me. I think that it would probably be a 4-star on a reread, just because it's YA romance, but they talk more about chess than they talk about the romance, and I really liked it at the time. I thought it was really sweet, and I did read it in one day, so like reading experience has a little bit to do with that, but otherwise I think this would be a 4-star on a reread. And then we have Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. I think this is surprising probably to a lot of people that I gave it 5 stars. One, just because of the content. If you know anything about my book taste, like this content is just very much like off of what I would normally be interested in, and also a lot of people really did not like this book, and I feel like I'm in the minority of people that would rate this book 5 stars, but I did really like this book. I do think about this book regularly. I think that like the characters were good. I think the story was good. Like, I'm cheesing thinking about it. Like, ugh, I just love them. So I would put this in think about regularly. And then we have Allie Hazelwood's Love Theoretically. This also I would put in think about regularly, because this book was so good. The characters, the love, the banter, just everything. I just loved it so much. And like, it was fake dating trope, which I really like. Well, it wasn't fake dating with the two main characters. It was fake dating with like the main character's brother. It was honestly just like such a good time. Like, I just really loved reading this book, and I think about it honestly very often. Like, when I think about like books that I would go back and read again, Love Theoretically is on the top of my brain. And then we have The Electric Kingdom by David Arnold. This book I recommend to everyone. I think about it all the time. I would love for this to be a yearly reread of mine, but I just haven't gotten to it, so I'm gonna put it in yearly reread just because I want it. I want that for it. I just haven't found the time. Frankly, I keep meaning to reread it, and then I accidentally end up leaving it at home when I bring my books to school. So this one I'm putting in yearly reread. This is a sci-fi dystopian, a post-apocalyptic sci-fi sci-fi mystery is the best way to put it. This book was so good and I would recommend it. Okay, and then next we have Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I think I'm gonna put this in would recommend without hesitation because I do find that this book is very good. Should I be putting these in front? I don't know. It's fine. I do think that this book is really good. I do really like this book and I would obviously recommend it without hesitation. But the only thing that I think about is just I don't think about it very regularly, and this is one of my more recent 5-star reads, so it can't be a yearly reread yet. And I don't think it's going to become a yearly reread. I just think that it's something that I really enjoyed and I would recommend. Okay, and then next is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune, which this is think about regularly. The relationship in this story was really hard hitting for me because not only was Alice, our female main character, so relatable, like I saw a lot of myself in her, also the issues that Charlie was having was hitting a little too close to home for me, like just way too close to home. That's why I think about it so much, because it really did have an impact on my life and like just kind of the way that I view life a little bit. Like honestly, I feel like her character growth in the story was just kind of helpful to my own character growth a little bit. Like I really resonated with a lot of stuff that she was saying, and even a lot of the stuff that like Charlie was saying, like it was just very real for me, and I really like this book. Next we have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and you guys might hate me for this, but I'm gonna put this in probably 4-star. I listened to this book as an audiobook, and every single time I listen to a book as an audiobook, I always give it a higher star than I feel like if I read it. I don't know. I think it's just that my reading experience is better versus when I'm actually like reading a book, and I think that's probably why I feel that way, because I don't know. This is very popular. This is an adult fantasy book. It's still a good book, but I don't think I would give it 5 stars on a reread just because I listened to it the first time and I always rate things higher when I listen to them. Then we're getting into Emily Henry. We have Beach Read by Emily Henry, and this yearly reread. This book was so good. I remember really loving it. I think I read it for the first time last summer and I gave it 5 stars. I was like, I know this is gonna be a 5-star, immediately gonna be a 5-star, and I'm gonna read this every single year. This book was so good. And then we have Funny Story by Emily Henry, which is one of, if not my most recent 5-star read. This book was really good. I honestly don't think about this regularly. I don't feel like I would reread this every single year. This book was one of my most favorite Emily Henry books, but it doesn't give me the same vibes as like Beach Read does, if that makes any sense. So I think I'm gonna put this in would recommend without hesitation, because I would recommend it without hesitation. I just don't think I would reread it every single year, and I don't think about it as often as I think about some of these other books. And then the last of the Emily Henry group of 5 stars is Happy Place. This is going in would chew off my arm to read for the first time again, because this book is my most favorite Emily Henry book. I love second chance romance. I love just the characters in this book. Like I just think they were so, I don't know, they were just so real, and they just had so much going on, and it was just sad and happy and it made me feel so many different emotions, and I just really loved this book. Okay, and then this one is Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. This is not like a super well-known book, I don't think, but this is YA fantasy magical realism. I'm not sure which one this is considered, about just like a magical hotel. This book I really liked. I think I read this in a car ride home from like something, like some vacation or something, which is weird because I get like violently car sick, so why I would read this in the car, I don't know, but maybe that's a testament to how good it actually is. So I think I would probably put this in would recommend without hesitation. A lot of my 5 stars are just not stuff I think about regularly. I say that, and then this next one I'm gonna put in that category. This is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This book I read before I read any of the other Abby Jimenez stuff that was in this like series, I guess, in this world, and I think that this book was really good. I loved the characters in this book. I loved their romance. I loved like everything that they had going on, and I honestly think about this book pretty regularly. Like him in this book, the guy, like the male main character in this book was such a good boyfriend, was such a good person. Like all of the quotes that I think I took from this book were in his point of view, which was crazy. And then we have Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I don't know where to put this. I think I'm gonna put this in the very top would chew off my own arm to read for the first time again, because honestly I loved this book, like genuinely loved this book so much. It's got the same vibe as Happy Place. I love a second chance romance, and I know I put Every Summer After down lower than the other second chance romances on this list, but that's because of the reason for them breaking up I didn't love as much. Love in Other Words was just so good. The first second chance romance I ever read was Happy Place, and then immediately after I read Love in Other Words, so that's probably why they're in that same like boat. And then we have Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welsh, I think is her name. I can't see, it's very small down there. But this, I think I would say is probably a 4-star. If I read it again, it's probably a 4-star. And the only reason that I say that is because I think it was really good. It was a YA romance, but again, I listened to this, and I think that's my problem, is I just think books are such a good time when I listen to them that I'm like, oh my god, I love this. This was so good. I did really love this. I did think about this for a pretty long while after the fact, but I don't feel like it's something that I think about regularly now. Next, we have Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is the original of the debate between Red Queen and Powerless. If you've ever seen that, like, Powerless based a lot of the scenes off of this book, Red Queen, and I really liked this book. This book I would say would recommend without hesitation, but it's not something that I think about regularly, or I mean, I do think about it regularly just because it's brought up so much in the book community with Powerless being so popular, but I don't think that this is really something that I would reread every single year, but I would definitely recommend it. And then we have Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This I think about so much. This book was so good. The entire series was such a slow burn enemies to lovers romance. It was so good. I highly recommend reading this. This is like a superhero romance. Honestly, it's really good, and I love that vibe. Like, I kind of look for that vibe. Like, I love dystopian books. Dystopian is one of my most by a long shot favorite genre, and I think it really died out, and we need saturation in, less saturation in the romance and fantasy, more saturation in dystopian. Dystopian is so good. It's a really highly underrated book genre. But anyway, that's where Renegades goes. And then we have 7 Year Slip, which is going right up here with Would Chew Off My Own Arm to read for the first time again. This book is so good. I would argue that this is a second chance romance, but it's also invisible string theory, magical realism, that type of situation. Like, it's so good. I want to reread it again just thinking about it right now. Shatter Me by Tari Mafi, yearly reread. I will pick this up every single year. Honestly, so good. Like, I love, it's YA dystopian, by the way. So good. I love this book. I love this series. I love everything that this book has to offer. I love just kind of the emotion in this book. It's not the best book in the series by far, but it is the first, which makes it the best. And then we have Ignite Me, which is going, I want to put it in up here. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up at the top because that's how I feel. Honestly, so good. The banter, the angst, the emotion, the vibes, like everything in this book is just so good. I know I just keep saying about everything, like so good, but we are looking at a list of my most favorite books, so I really can't do anything but gush about them. Honestly, so good. Such a good book. Oh my god. Okay. And then we have Watch Me, which is the first book in the New Republic, which follows James, who's the younger brother of Adam, who is the love interest or one of the love interests in Shatter Me. And this is going to go into yearly reread. I haven't actually had this as a yearly reread because it just came out this year, but this will be a yearly reread. This will, I usually, when I read Shatter Me again, like I'll read the first 3, which is Shatter Me, Unravel Me, and Ignite Me. Like those are the first 3 that I'll go for. I've never reread the second trilogy, but this book will be a yearly reread, especially since the new books are going to come out like pretty much every year or every other year or something like that. So I'll have to reread every single year. I have no excuse. I have to. Then we have Shield of Sparrows by Daphne Perry. This is also a very new 5-star, and this I would say would recommend without hesitation. I don't think about this very often, but I would definitely recommend it without hesitation to anyone because this book was so good. It's not YA, I don't think, but it's a fantasy, it's a romantasy. Basically, she gets like sold to go marry some other kingdom, she doesn't marry the kingdom, she marries the prince of the other kingdom, and they're fighting monsters, and who you think is the love interest is not actually the love interest, and the banter, the enemies to lovers, like it's just so good. And like, she's just a boss. Like, I just love her. The female main character, I don't entirely remember her name, but What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. This book, so good. I know I just keep saying that, but this book was so good. It's like a historical romantasy is the best way that I can explain this. This I would recommend. This I think about regularly. This will become a yearly reread for me. I read this last year, December 30th or something. I think it was like while I was home for winter break, so it was either like the end of December, very beginning of January. This book is really good. Honestly, like it's kind of like an enemies to lovers. It's set in like, I want to say like the 40s, where women have to wear dresses and they're not allowed to go anywhere without like a man or a trusted adult. Like, and then last but not least, we have one of my really early 5-star reads. It's called Between You, Me, and the Honeybees by Amelia Diane Combs. I think I'm saying that right. It's a YA romance. It's a fantasy. It's a romantasy. It's a fantasy. It's a romantasy. It's a fantasy. 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 It's This I would say probably 4-star, honestly. I think that this book was really good. It was a YA romance about rival bee companies, like rival honey companies, like honey production companies. Like they literally like live next door to each other and they like went to school together. This book was just really good. I don't know if it's YA. I think it was. So here's my list of all of my 5-star reads and basically ranked to which ones are my favorite 5-star reads. They're not in any particular order in each tier. However, my most favorite book in the entire world is Champion by Marie Lu. So that one is in the rightful place, but otherwise nothing else is. So that is me ranking all of my 5-star reads. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing every book that I've given 5 stars. There's definitely like a couple more. I just couldn't find them and I couldn't really like think about them. So they would probably go in that probably 4-star category anyway. With all that being said, that is all I have for you guys today. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see me hopefully find some more 5-star reads. I always want to find stuff that belongs in that top category, so hopefully I will find some more. So subscribe so that you don't miss that. And yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you guys hopefully in my next one.